I wish.
Welcome to the acclaimed podcast, The Deep Dive, featuring your esteemed hosts, Andy Monitor and Drew Dinzik, powered by BetSperts.
Welcome to the deep dive.
You should have had me do it. That wasn't solid.
Well, I started a big welcome, but I was muted because I'm so distracted. I'm not actually like fucking functioning right now. I can't believe we're here. I cannot believe after the Gabriel Davis touchdown with 13 seconds remaining that we are here and the Chiefs have the ball in overtime. And yeah, they hand off to Edwards-Helaire for 4 yards. I'm sure they're going to drive, and it's just going to be a soul-crushing touchdown drive here. I mean, the Bills' defense looks completely out of sorts. I can't believe they gave up enough yards to allow a field goal attempt at the end of regulation there. I can't believe this is happening, Andy. What the fuck?
Yeah, when they got that first pass there, the pass to Kelsey, or not that one, the first one to get to like almost midfield, it's like, Christ, they're going to have Mahomes can throw it 60. They're going to have a shot at a Hail Mary. And then, the inexcusable on a few fronts, like both Gabe Davis touchdowns. The corner fell down. Like, that shit happens. Like, that's
he got juked out of his sneakers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, that wasn't Randy Moss. Like, he's a good player, but you can't have that happen to you in a big-time game like this. So both Gabe Davis touchdowns, the Reek touchdown where it felt like, all right, just tackle him. Like, this is bad, but just tackle him. And then obviously that last drive, like all four of those felt like just improbability went on and on and on. And I mean, silver lining, I know, Drew, I'm sorry if this doesn't end up going your way. We'll always have the Rams, but silver lining, team total got there. Yeah, and the second half bet should have been overtime. Yes, that would have paid like 8-1. And don't you? I know you don't, because you enjoy this so much, and it's fun, and we love the NFL.
No, I'm dying for the NFL to be over. You're very wrong.
No, I'm saying sometimes, don't you wish we didn't have any action on this? Like, there's games like this where it's like, I wish I didn't bet this game. This game would be very enjoyable without money on it. Like, there's a lot of games.
Because if it had ended with the Gabriel Davis touchdown, I would have been elated cubed.
I think you're missing the point, though. Like, are you saying, like, just watching this game from an outsider standpoint, it's a good game.
The high of the Bills taking the lead in this game, as improbable as it was, being taken down to now they may not even get the ball back and they're going to lose. The fact that they had 13 seconds on the clock and they scored too early. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I cannot believe this is how this is going down. Almost certainly the Chiefs are going to end up with a field goal in this drive, if not a touchdown. I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach, man. This team, like when the chips are down and it's a close game, Mahomes is just too cool. And honestly, so is Josh Allen. And
they were both so good. This is what I'm saying, Drew. Like,
it's absolute fucking bullshit that Josh Allen doesn't move on after the performance he put on paper on film today.
You know what really stinks? And Ryan, who is an absolute shit poster in the chat, and we love him. We've met him in Vegas. He's like 6'12", but he pointed out, he's like, it sucks that Tennessee got the 1 seed, because like, this should have been the AFC title game.
No, this is the Super Bowl.
I mean, it is.
It is.
But we should have had this next
The fact that the Bills can't tackle a fucking Tyreek Hill is fucking killing me here. Like, even the touchdown they gave up to Tyreek Hill was just like, really.
Here's a point too.
Shit.
I agree with this. I don't think they should have kicked it deep. You should have made them touch it, take time off the clock. 3 or 4 seconds off the clock is
absolutely
all the difference in the world.
Absolutely.
Missing out on the squib kick. Special teams playing a big part in a couple of these games this weekend. Obviously, none bigger than Green Bay's absolute colossal fuck-ups. But
the idea that if this game ends and Josh Allen doesn't at least get a chance to answer is just an absolute atrocity.
Well, I still very much disagree with the way the rules work in overtime here.
God damn it. We need a fucking turnover so bad, and we're just not getting it. It's
Both defenses are good. I mean, it came down. This came down.
This
to
is
coin
over.
toss.
This is over.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit. I cannot believe this came down to the goddamn coin toss. Unfucking believable. I cannot believe the fucking Chiefs are going to win this game after the Bills came back and had a 3-point lead with 13 seconds left. Unfucking believable.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah, the question, how much time is too much time for Mahomes, apparently was much lower than I thought. Shit was wild.
Way shorter than 13 seconds.
I haven't seen. I thought maybe. I'm like, maybe they'll have a chance at a Hail Mary.
Please turn them over, for Christ's sakes. Oh, no, touchdown. That's it. Game over. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Chiefs cover. Chiefs win. Oh, my God. I can't believe that's how this goes down. Fuck. All right, Andy. Have fun doing the rest of the podcast.
Are you leaving?
No, but I don't feel like contributing much at this point. Fuck this shit.
We're getting a review on the touchdown.
It was
not that it matters.
It was a touchdown. It was a touchchdown.
Unreal game though. Well, let's not even talk about
terrific
this
game.
Let's talk about the other three.
A great game.
Drew, it was a
great game where the Bills totally, they were very much, they had a chance there at the end. Great.
I think you mentioned
3-point lead with 13 seconds.
Go look at the box score. It truly was who had the ball last. Like both the worst team, the worser team in this category had 6.7 yards per play. That's fucking stupid. That shit's banana land for two teams to be having.
The ball was moving, by the way, as he's going to the ground. I'm watching it, but they're not going to fucking take it back because he had a step already.
Are we looking at it? I don't know.
They're not overturning this. They're not overturning it. I'd be shocked if they overturn it. It was a close call, though. It doesn't matter. They're getting one on the next fucking passing attempt because that's the way this is right now. Mahomes is dialed in like he's laser fucking focused, and that's it. Yeah, fuck this shit. I cannot fucking believe that it was that close, and the Bills had a 3-point lead with 13 seconds, and they fucking lost.
Oh, you got a little thing here with the Bills, though. You get a little silver lining. Jack points out. Bills were 4 for 4 on fourth down.
Thank you for making me feel 4% better, Jack.
That's a little better. 4% of the pot. Well, 2%, or is it? It's split. You'll chop that with 2%. Or is there a tiebreaker?
Thank you for making me feel 2% of the pot better.
Yeah,
the tiebreaker 2%. Was number of converted fourth downs, and 4 for 4 exactly ties.
4 for 4. We still have 3 games left for somebody to break that, but 2% is still okay.
Fucking believe they lost.
I don't know what to do right now. I feel bad.
Well, why don't you recap the great weekend of football, Andy?
It kind of sucked.
You wanted to do this.
Yesterday sucked. I was hoping the Bills would win.
Oh, you were? Because that wasn't your attitude at halftime.
Well, I thought it was gonna be close. I said I'd take the points. I know I should just let him vent a little. No, yesterday stunk. Like this was the only game that was exciting. True. Yeah, alternate overtime forecast. Yeah, it's the Olympics. The Olympics aren't quite as fun. I do enjoy the winter one, so. No, I wasn't really dialed in yesterday. Just the games weren't good. Like the
reason I'm so fucking angry, by the way, is that this Bills team wins this game. They win the fucking Super Bowl. Like, honestly, this team is clicking so fucking hard offensively right now. No fucking chance the Bengals have against the fucking Chiefs next week. Maybe the Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl is kind of entertaining in LA, but ultimately the Chiefs probably fucking win. But like this Chiefs team is a fucking this fucking fraud of a fucking team. I cannot believe that this fucking joke of a fucking team is going to win another title at this point. And it's all on the basis of some absolute fucking luck box shit, winning a fucking coin flip in overtime. Bullshit. I can't fucking believe this. There were so many fucking plays that were a fucking shoelace away from negative plays against Mahomes in this game, and they just couldn't fucking get him. And it's absolutely killing me. It's killing me.
And
The Bills were the better team in this game. They absolutely were, and I will never fucking. I cannot even believe. I know that the Chiefs outgained them by a lot, but the fucking Bills were the better team.
The Bills were better, especially in the red zone too. The Chiefs fucked up a couple of red zone possessions. Yeah, they were 2 for 4. Wild, something we've talked about now for a few weeks. There's only 4 accepted penalties in that whole game. I kind of enjoyed that part. Yeah, and both coaches at certain times I thought, oh man, is this one going to come back and bite them? But both coaches kind of offset each other with the real cowardly punts. Both teams had a cowardly punt, I thought. Yeah, it's time for gummies. I don't know. Do you think?
Yeah, great. Yeah, because those of us who are adults that don't have to fucking deal with real life tomorrow can just get high on Sunday night. What are you fucking talking about? No one's. I gotta fucking pull my shit together and actually go to my real fucking job tomorrow morning.
Well, I gotta get up too. At some point. Well, no, I do. I gotta bring the kids to school bus, Drew. I wouldn't take them this late anyway. Yeah, the offsetting penalties on the punt, that was kind of a stinker.
The offsetting penalties on the punt were egregiously bad in terms of the ultimate outcome of the fucking game. Like, what the fuck?
I don't have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the holding I kind of fought you on, but the offsetting, I didn't see it. Like, of course, I didn't see the penalty on the Bills. Like, no, that one was very much. That one was shitty. I'm probably just gonna agree with everything, just to. I'm not gonna fight you on anything right now, especially in the second half. And like I said, the yards per play, they are what they are. Kind of came down to getting the ball right before half, even though they didn't score, and then getting the ball again, like having an extra possession there, getting the possession. I mean, nothing came down. Everything came down to the coin toss. It's a bullshit overtime rule. It sucks. Back when I actually had some real fandom, and tell you the truth, I was in a pretty big pool with some sort of something or other. Basically, like if the Vikings beat the Saints, I would have won a shitload of money, but that didn't work out. And it came down to, again, this overtime. I think the overtime rule was even worse then. I think it was just the field goal. So, well, we're now a Rams podcast.
After all this season, for it to be a Rams podcast is fucking crazy.
I was going to say, like, where did we stand on the Rams?
Not preseason, not especially favorably. Yeah.
I feel like you were even more critical than I was as far as the stars and scrubs.
Surely.
I mean, they added a star. Von Miller makes
fundamentally, a lot of the reasons to like the Browns and hate the Rams on the basis of thin rosters and or deep rosters was completely irrelevant. Yeah. Similarly, Bucks. Like we were like, oh, the Bucks are so talented in all these places. They got depth. Like they could absorb a couple injuries. Well, it was the difference. Like they could not absorb the injuries they had. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan owns McVay. If you want to bet on that angle, feel free. This is the 7th road game and 9 for the 49ers. They're going to get run out of the goddamn gym by the Rams. Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
Did you see that? Somebody even tried to pull that. The instance of this happening is so rare to play this many road games in a row.
Oh yeah,
shit just doesn't happen.
Yeah, go tell me the last team that won 4 road games in a row. I'll listen. Who were they? It has never happened in history.
I don't think.
I'm not saying that is the reason the Rams surely are going to win, but no. The Rams are healthy. The Rams look good. The Niners limping into this literally, like in every fucking sense of the word. I think the Rams ultimately ought to be. The Rams are going to close more than 3. If you want to get involved with Rams now at 3, I wouldn't stop you. Do you want to reflect a little bit on the Saturday game since we didn't really talk about them much?
Yeah, like I started to talk a little about them, and I mean, I don't know, like the fan, and you can feel however you feel about Aaron Rodgers. Like the fan in me kind of was pissy that some of the star quarterbacks, and you're going to lose star quarterbacks. Like there's fewer games every week. Good players are going to lose playoff games. You're not going to get to see them again. Not seeing Rodgers play well was what made me pissy about that game. If it was a good game where they went back and forth, that'd have been fine. But like, and I mean, it's good for you. I'm happy that the Rams will get to host the title game. There weren't a lot of instances where that comes to fruition. I mean, that needed a situation like this where the Niners win 2 games in a row on the road. That's going to help a lot. But like the fact that the Packers, there was a couple defenses, I guess, that went out, played their ass off, and then weren't rewarded. The Titans, who would have ever thought I'd say like, hey, the Titans defense deserves better. Like they got after it. That pass rush was electric. They were hitting Burrow left and right. They hit him they sacked him twice on plays that didn't even exist. Like, because they couldn't hear the whistle and they just let Burrow get hit, which is kind of on the refs. But the fact that they got let down, and then the Packers defense played great. And you can say the special teams mistakes let them down, and they did. Like that. Did you see that guy that got bull rushed? That 42? I don't know who
of course.
he is.
He was the long snapper. He snapped the ball and then didn't get his head up to fucking block. Yeah.
Yeah. So he got fucked, and that wasn't good. Like that's what caused that touchdown. By the way, that ball was up there so long. Like I had no idea where that was going to land. I thought for sure it was going to land in the end zone.
Yeah, or like out of the back of the end zone, which would have been a safety instead of a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like the amount of the luck box that the Niners got to win that game was absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like you'll never see it again. I really don't think you'll see it again.
Yeah, the combination of seeing like special teams blunders, which again you still have to play on your side. Like it was a blunder, but at the same time, like that was a strong effort on that block. It was a strong effort on the field goal block. Like they blocked 2 kicks. That's a big deal. That's hard to do. But at the same time, like getting nothing out of Rodgers after that first drive, that's the part of the game I can't come to grips with. Like that was a beautiful drive. Who
they got a lot out of the second drive too. If the
fumble.
If Mercedes Lewis, wherever he's on the field, who knows? But if Mercedes Lewis doesn't fumble, the Packers probably go up 2 scores. The Packers desperately needed a 2-score margin in that game and never, ever, ever could figure out a way to get to 2-score margin. And it was that was an embarrassing coaching job by LaFleur. The game was over, in my opinion, at halftime. You hear Aaron Andrews come out, and usually the sideline reporter interviewing the coach gives you no insight into the state of the game. This was the exact opposite. Aaron Andrews basically conveys Matt LaFleur was perfectly fine with everything that went on. And really the big problem was Aaron Rodgers is holding on to the ball too long. The plays you fucking called were developing 15 yards down the field. You needed to adjust and throw short, easy pitch and catch over the middle. What are you doing? Like LaFleur legitimately owns this loss. That was 100% on him. I don't care if Rodgers was checking out of what you were calling and going to more difficult pass plays. But like the idea that the only way you were going to get it done was these long developing plays downfield, get the fuck out of here. Like that was an embarrassing inability to adjust on the part of the Packers and Matt LaFleur specifically. Aaron Rodgers never really looked like he had any answer in terms of how he was going to deal with the pass rush. And the Niners defense never got tired. They kept coming in waves because guess what? They have lots of fucking replacement level players, but who are rotation. Yeah, they have better than replacement level guys that they rotate in there. So they always had fresh bodies going against your offensive line. And lo and behold, in the second half of a game, you are under duress and you did not adjust in any way, shape, or form. The fact that you are under pressure for a majority of the first half of that game, it was game over. And literally like the smugness, honestly, that was conveyed by Aaron Andrews in that post halftime interview was all I needed to know that was not going to go the way of the Packers.
Yeah, that was, like you said, like 99 times out of 100, when they go down to Andrews or Tafoya or whoever, and you get some boilerplate coach speak, hey, we got to be better on third down. Hey, the defense has to adjust for the run game that we have to be better. We just got to be better against this, that, and the other thing. They're not saying anything. The one time you actually get a coach like truly telling you what he thinks about a game, and it was fucked. Like it was dead wrong. Like you
Dead
can't,
wrong.
you can't be
Yes.
comfortable with this lead like that, especially for LaFleur and his playoff record thus far. Really,
It's like, yeah, it was a real bummer that field goal got blocked at the end of the half, but we're beating them, where we want to beat them. So we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. It was like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. Like this is going to go sideways eventually. And honestly, the fact that the special teams was -10 for the game, like that, I don't know exactly what the EPA record is for futility special teams in a playoff game, but I would bet legitimate money that was the worst ever. The fact that they gave the touchdown on the blocked punt and that they got a blocked field goal that was imminently makeable was a fucking embarrassment. And we're not even fucking counting the fact that every goddamn kickoff, it felt like the Niners started at their own 35. Like the Niners field position, that entire game was positive. And it didn't matter that Jimmy G couldn't throw the ball. It didn't matter that every predictable running play you could counter, they still fucking got it done. And even the very end of the game, the last drive, like what the fuck is that Packers defender doing who goes for the shoulder tackle on Deebo Samuel on the 3rd and 9 run? 3rd and 9, San Francisco decides, we'll run. Let's go for a fucking run on 3rd and 9 because Jimmy Garoppolo certainly isn't going to convert any other pass play besides something that is dead over the middle of the field that is in the 5 to 10 yard distance range. And sure as shit, the running play works because the Packers cornerback goes for a shoulder tackle instead of trying to wrap up Deebo Samuel. What the fuck were they thinking? That was just an absolute embarrassment from whistle to whistle from the coaching staff in terms of how they prepared those players.
Yeah, and I mean Steven hits it here. Like these guys that come in with a head of steam and just think they can throw a shoulder into somebody, and then you see the guy, like tight ends are bigger, like everything, like there's you can't do that. You need to wrap up. Like it's very annoying to see a guy have the angle, have the play read, and then watch the other team rumble for 9 more yards after you bounce off them. Like that doesn't always work. Although my favorite tackle of the game, maybe the whole weekend, I think it was in the Bengals game where there was a little bit of a screen pass and the defensive tackle turned around and just tackled a guy. That I enjoyed that. I wanted your take on this, Drew, though. I saw some Jimmy G apologists. Did she come get the cat? Is someone holding the cat up in the air? Or is the cat doing that? Okay, I'm freaking out a little. Jimmy G apologist, which I get. Like the case for apologizing for Jimmy G was he was getting nothing out of the run game. He was getting those play calls that we saw there, and I mean, he really wasn't bad at times. But I saw some pretty sketchy Wentzian, like almost interception things from him 3 or 4 times during the game. So I'm kind of on the fence. I don't want to crucify Jimmy G because I never thought he was great to begin with. But the people who I saw just apologizing for him didn't care for that.
No, I thought Jimmy G was atrocious. And the fact that the Niners won in spite of it is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah. And they move on. That's the playoffs sometimes. Every single game ended with a walk-off. I can't imagine that's happened.
That's got to be a record, yeah.
That has to be a record. That's nuts. The Bengals obviously getting their kick over the Titans. I'm not sure how I feel about this game either. I think the Titans, I don't know. They didn't play well at times. I liked what they were getting from the run game at times. I thought the offense was probably a little more conservative than they needed to be running at times. And
yeah, no, Tannehill played like that was his first ever playoff game. He played like shit. I don't know how else to say it. That was 100% on Tannehill. I thought the coaching didn't do him any favors. They put him in some tough situations, but his mistakes and his mistakes alone, I felt like were the difference in that game in terms of win-loss.
Yeah, that was a 3-1 turnover. Like, you're not going to win a lot of playoff games that you have there. I don't have a ton to say about that other than, does this team, I don't know, does this team have a chance? On the road, Kansas City, 3rd road game now, or 3rd, they get to host one, 3rd playoff game, young quarterback. I mean, they won the first matchup, but Christ. the refs really, really had their hands in that pie. Like, I mean, maybe take a step back. How many times out of 100 do you think Cincinnati wins that game against Kansas City the first time around?
30-ish.
Yeah, it's not great. That was, I mean, there was the one guy who does that. He charts out refs. I think he charts out the EPA change or the win probability change based on calls made it for or against teams, and that was like the biggest outlier game in quite a while as far as being tilted towards one team with the big calls. And we said this before, it wasn't that they were bad calls, it's just they were massively tilting calls as far as always looking towards Cincinnati for those. So I don't know. I like Burrow. I like this offense. It's fun. I'm just not excited for this matchup.
No.
I'm not.
No. It doesn't feel it doesn't. I mean, we need to marinate it a little more. I don't think.
I think we'll marinate. We'll touch on it.
Realistically, I may talk myself into a Bengals plus $1 million. Who knows? Certainly the Chiefs defense didn't inspire much confidence today. It was I feel like if the Bills had been a little more aggressive on some of their, I mean, the Bills were awesomely aggressive though, so it's tough to really blame them for the way they called that game. But the Chiefs defense offered nothing, and the Bengals are going to be able to score in this one as long as they walk in there with the same confidence they did last time around. So should be an interesting game. I don't know.
Yeah. +7, Chiefs -7, 53.5 in that one. That feels about right. They got to tighten up some things. You don't win a ton of games where your quarterback gets sacked 9 times. I think that's probably an outlier. If you go back and look at all the games where your quarterback has been hit and sacked that many times, you don't win them all. You don't win very many of them, in fact. So they got to tighten. It's silly that I'm sitting here talking about like the Titans.
You're silly that you're just going with like full on like just total ass like cliches.
No, like the Titans pass rush. Like I didn't see it coming.
Oh yeah, no, I'd say
like
I lost my over a bet on that game because there were 50 sacks. Like 100%. That was that was the distinguishing. And honestly, like the whole game was weird in terms of pace. Like that was the shortest game, I believe, in terms of like time elapsed from whistle to whistle. And a bunch of it was just because like the coaching was like there was a lot of really questionable calls, early runs from Zach Taylor in that he did not really pay a price for. If Zach Taylor rolls that same game plan out in this game, like honestly, let's not joke around. Like Chiefs -7 is the play. Like you have to get involved. This team is absolutely they woke up. The giant has been woken in terms of the offense, and on defense, as questionable as they are, Zach Taylor's not calling a plus game the way that Sean McDermott called, and Zach Taylor certainly doesn't have the horses with that Josh Allen had in terms of dual threat. That Joe Burrow doesn't have the dual threat that Josh Allen had. Like I really can't see the Bengals hanging in this one whatsoever.
No, those Josh Allen runs, you're not going to see that from Joe Burrow. And again, it's just like what I was trying to get to is it's silly to think about like the Titans pass rush is the better pass rush like ever. It wasn't something I saw coming this year. So the Chiefs can get after them, but I think it's probably a little easier task for the Bengals. But at the same time, 7 is probably a play there if the offense looks anything like this. And it'll probably be, I'm guessing it'll see some money. I'm not sure which way we see that total go. I could make a case for a little lower scoring game in that one. Maybe don't have a 41 point second half, but I bet the Chiefs get teased to the bejesus belt. That's probably going to be. I don't know what the.
Honestly, alt line Chiefs win with margin. Bengals in their first AFC Championship game with this crew with that coach not going to hang.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if Honey Badger's back or not. That defense can play just as suspect against the Bengals. It does. That was a special performance by the Bills and their offense, and the fact that the Chiefs still won by 6. I don't think you hesitate. I think you get involved with Chiefs before it gets both over a touchdown.
Is this -20? Is this 3? Is this a juicy 3? I don't know what you have up right now, if you're looking at anything. I'm going to pull up Bookmaker. If it were 3 flat, like if 3 minus 10, and you didn't have massive
Let's see
liability on the
3.5
Rams
mostly.
already. Yeah. Okay, that's gone. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw 3 minus 20 at some open. Juicy 3 is a lot of places. Dan said he pulled it from Circa. Juicy 3 there. Probably the play. I'm not excited to back it here. That's probably just a live betting game. I'm not excited to bet either of these right now. The total, God, it might just be another Niners under. Niners, you can say what you want about LaFleur playing poorly, but the Niners defense, like Drew said, they just didn't get tired somehow. They just brought waves from a pass rush standpoint. If they can bother our guy Stafford, maybe have some bad Stafford throws. I still think Rams win.
Yeah, the Niners defense is like Danielle Collins-Rose. Just comes in just like a bottomless effort. Just comes at you in waves and loses the first set. No worries. Coming at you. Eventually wins 2-1, like always. I don't have any opinions on these games. Both favorites should win. This should be this should be a Chiefs Rams Super Bowl in LA. It should be, a lot of people gushing about. Remember the last time these teams played and there was 100 points. That was fun as shit. Blah blah blah. Now we got Stafford instead of Goff. Blah blah blah. Realistically, I don't see either of these side or total wildly off. I can only tell you that the Chiefs is going up and that the Rams is going up, and that the total for the Chiefs Bengals probably comes down, and the total for the Rams Niners probably comes down, but 47 is pretty fair.
Yeah, it feels like props and DFS kind of weekend. We cheer for the Rams. We still are cheering for the Rams.
I can't fucking believe this isn't the Bills fucking Bengals, honestly. The Bills had 13 seconds on the clock and they had a 3-point lead, and they did not win. They didn't even get the ball back.
No. Shouldn't you be cheering for the Bengals?
No. For my own interests. Oh yes. Yeah, I would much rather have Rams Bengals.
Yeah, 100%. So I was gonna say 100%.
But do I think the Bengals have a realistic shot to go into Arrowhead and get a win? No, I don't.
Stranger things have happened. Like a lot of this playoff so far. Yeah, I agree with you there, but we will cheer for the Bengals. Bengals outright, because that creates a better spot for the Rams.
The Bengals, you know what I'm cheering for is the Bengals to at least fucking show up. Just show up, please. Like, I'm going to bet some Chiefs alts to cover the idea that the Chiefs don't end up with the largest cover of the playoffs.
Oh man, they'd have to win. What's the largest cover so far?
26 points.
So they'd have to win by 34.
And
what's that alt going to be? I think you'd be worth your while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's my point.
I'm just thinking of like where that's going to be hung.
I'm just saying, like, do you not see that as a realistic possibility?
That's definitely in the distribution of probabilities, like winning by a shitload and just having Burrow YOLO balls at the end turning into scores the other way. Yeah, you might want to cover yourself in that. I'm not sure you can do anything to hedge fourth downs. I don't think anyone's hanging fourth down props.
I think that's done. Honestly, I think that's a tie between me and
somebody going a third team going 4 for 4 or better on fourth downs seems so incredibly unlikely. We shouldn't even mention it to jinx it.
The Chiefs were 1 for 1 in this game. Did they convert? Did they attempt a fourth down in the first game?
Oh, is it cumulative? I thought it was in a game.
The Chiefs were 0 for 0 in the first game. Okay. The Bengals surely have missed a fourth down at some point. The Bengals were 0 for 0 last time. The Bengals were Bengals were 1-for-1 the first time. So the Bengals and the Chiefs are still alive for the fourth down. Split. The Niners missed a shitload of fourth downs in that game and somehow still won. So the Niners are out. It's going to be either a split with me and Pizza, or it's going to be the Chiefs somehow break my heart again.
Basically, yeah, all you're cheering for is Chiefs to go for it on fourth down and miss one. Once they're not perfect anymore, it's
yeah, right, exactly.
Then they need to be like 5 for 6 at that point. Yeah, that'd be tough.
The Rams are 0 for 0 on fourth down in these playoffs. How about that? I think the Chiefs are 1 for. Wait, what did I say? The Chiefs were?
You landed on 1 for 1 there.
Chiefs are 1 for 1. Bengals are 1 for 1. Rams are 0 for 0. Those are the other 3 teams that are live to go. One of those teams has to go 5 for 5 to take that pot. Oh, right.
Yeah, that one seems safe-ish. I do enjoy Pizzola's Twitter turning into every time a team gets down, he's like, all right, I've quickly pivoted to this team can't lose by 30 now. Because every game, I suppose the Packers game, I think at first it felt like after that scripted first drive, it was like the Packers might win by 100. Like every game did kind of have a blowout feel at some point, even when it was 7-0 in that one. So, I guess, yeah. Let's go watch some tennis. I don't have any ATP action.
Just Medvedev.
Cressy Medvedev doesn't move it for me.
No, just
Chilich Felix
for him.
Yeah. You got anything left on the women's side?
I think I got a little Barty.
I've got
Barty and Iga. I got Iga to win the bottom to go to the final.
I got Cheeks, and that's
yeah, Cheeks.
But it's Keys, Pagula, Barty.
Cheeks gets Keys instead of Badosa. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. But then it's probably Barty in the quarter.
And also Cheeks peeking 6'2" over Vika. That was nice.
It'll be head-to-head. Will Brinson has a Keys outright for some reason. No idea who's telling him to bet women's tennis.
And I have no idea why Keys is, she's treeing right now. Badosa just let down last night.
Yeah.
Keys is going to get run.
I hope so. Is that tonight? Overnight. Cornet is about to get trounced here. Keys Krejcikova tomorrow. Early tomorrow, probably after the Barty match. So give me something to do on a Monday in the afternoon when we don't have football. Although it should be
All right. I'll let you go. Let's wrap it up.
See you guys.
All right. See ya.
Good job, Discord.
That's wild. The Discord went 100-0.